Oh yeah, man. Like, see Nicolas Cage right now. He's on a freaking roll, man. Because welcome back to the James Ram Reviews for yet another episode. In today's episode, today's review for you, we're going to be reviewing Nicolas Cage's new movie, The Surfer. Because of my Scottish accent, it sounds like suffer, like suffering, like pronouncing it like that. So I'm just going to say suffer, right? That's how you pronounce the film. And so there's all of that, right? And I will give you a bit of context, and then I'll give you like the good parts of the film, some moments where I wasn't too crazy about it. So there's a few things where I feel like the movie's just really solid for a while, and then we'll talk about how I thought it was good. There is a couple mixed aspects, not a lot, and just what I really enjoyed about the movie, how I would give it out of 10, stuff like that. So just so you know, for a bit of context here, Nicolas Cage is an actor where he could be in a movie that is about this thing, and then he just does a lot of things where he does a movie that's about this one thing, and then another thing, and he just likes to try a lot of different ideas. He's not in blockbuster franchises, he's not like a one-note actor. He can actually play dramatic roles, serious roles, comedic roles. So it's really interesting to see how he was going to do this movie where it's set in Australia and things. So there's definitely all of that, but what you need to know about the film is that it debuted in a film festival last year, which was interesting to me because this movie came out in May 2025, but the original release date was May 2024, so you could class this as a 2024 film released in 2025, so there's all of that. So the movie takes place in Australia. You've got Nicolas Cage, and we're not going to spoil the entire movie because there's twists and turns that when you watch the movie it's like, oh yeah, that is fun how they pulled that off. But Nicolas Cage, he's in Australia, he kind of wants this thing in his life. There's something happening, there's something strange going on in this local town in Australia, in this beach area. It's like, oh, Nicolas Cage is going to figure out is he going to figure out very quickly what's going on, or is he going to take his time? Is he going to slowly descend into mayhem? So there's all of that to be considered. It's an hour and 40 minutes. And let me just be honest, right, this is one of the best Nicolas Cage movies I've seen in a couple of years, man. Like, the last time he made a solid film was, the whole, the movie with Pedro Pascal, and he explodes his career. But here, it's a lot better than Longlegs, where I just didn't really like his performance. It just feels like Nicolas Cage is on a roll again. The way he just acts in this movie, the way he presents himself, you think he's the bad guy, and then you want to root for him, and there's all these situations where he gets into these really crazy situations. The movie starts off one way, ends another, and the fact that it did that and it's not predictable makes it a really solid watch. On top of this, you've got to talk about the cinematography of this movie, where you see these dream-like, bubbly sequences. Camera zooms in, the camera spins around, and then there's really, weird music playing and things. All of that really showcases that this movie was solid to watch on the big screen, because you could actually feel like the cinematography was right at your fingertips there, and it's really solid, right? So all of that is really good. Nicolas Cage is really good. So, kind of the mixed aspect here. Not a lot of bad things to say about the movie though, but this is one of my mixed aspects about the film, is that, yeah, I don't think the Australian cast are anything special here. Like, sure, they are great for the comedic value of this really strange situation that's happening, but I will say that one of the main Australian leaders of this thing in the movie that they describe it and won't spoil, but he just kind of doesn't have the energy that Nicolas Cage presents in this movie. And if you go to this movie just for Nicolas Cage, I think you will not be disappointed, because some of these performances are okay at best. Nothing really special about those performances. And I also just feel like there are a couple of scenes that kind of do get repetitive, and I will be honest, if you're a bit squeamish, I don't recommend this movie whatsoever. I will be honest, it's not going to be for everyone, man, but it's really solid, really entertaining. It does everything you kind of want, but then there's a couple of times where you're like, so you're really going to stretch it that far? But I feel like the pacing isn't the greatest either. It does take a while to get going, but then you realise, okay, it's actually meant to be a slow burn as more time has sat with me. When I watched the movie last night, and my dad actually watched this movie with me, and he was kind of whispering to me, he was like, James, I think it's going to go this way, I think it's going to go that way, But then we figure out, wait a minute, it goes that way at the end of the movie. Wow, that was cool. That was cool how they just flipped our brains in half and just surprised us. So honestly, with so much to be considered here, this is a solid like 8 out of 10 film. Obviously, it's gonna be different for Nicolas Cage's career here, different to his last year's performance in Longlegs, and it surprised me as well because I saw the trailer. I was like, wow, this could be interesting, but it's really solid. It's a flawed, enjoyable time. It really does what it wants for you to, in an entertainment aspect, in a filmmaking aspect, in an acting aspect. Nicolas Cage is probably your best home run hitter here. So yeah, that's my review of The Suffer, right? And yeah, that's my review of this movie. So yeah, that's my review of the movie. That's it, right? My review is here. It's a Monday morning in Scotland right now. Let's do this thing. Let's get this uploaded. Peace out. Nicolas fucking Cage is back in cinema, baby. Bye.